So I am here today because I'm going to react to myself on Jan's Views panel with YOMAMA. So basically, you know, when you're in it, you don't realize everything that's going on. So I'm going to analyze and interpret and see what I can do. I'm going to try to make this video 30 to 45 minutes. So I don't want to take Jan's whole video. I'm going to start when YOMAMA comes in and go from there.
Are you there, YOMAMA?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. How are you?
Go ahead. I'm good.
Good, I'm glad.
No, go ahead. I'm listening. Like go ahead.
Great. Okay, you can't say hello to Bridget, you know?
No, go. Like I said before. I mean, I never said anything to Bridget ever.
No, you haven't said hello either, which is quite rude.
Hold on. She came up out of nowhere and she wanted to bark on Twitter.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with first, there is no greeting. I found that quite rude. And to bark on Twitter. Again, as I stated, I put in my previous video, there was no barking. There was no barking. No barking.
So I let her say
bark as in what? Good. And I will also say, I think that was the problem. He said that he hadn't spoken to me. First of all, good afternoon. But bark as in what? What did I say?
Oh, you didn't start it off with I can't talk about.
No, I just asked. No, bark as to what?
You made a statement. You said I can't talk about because
no, I did not say that.
That's what you said on Twitter.
I did not say that. No, I did not.
What did you say?
Well, I put it in my latest video. I said, are you done? Can I speak? Because you asked me a question. So I said, I gave my opinion. I didn't tag you or anything of that nature. And I said that I felt that you should stop talking about me since you blocked her. Just leave her alone. That was my opinion. So I didn't bark at you. I didn't bark at you. That was my opinion.
Why should I stop talking about somebody?
That was my opinion.
And so when I gave my opinion back, then what was the problem? You went back and you did a search. You did a whole search. Oh well, you
my video
weeks ago. She tagged me.
Okay, so again, I showed the tweets again. I'll probably put them up. He didn't give his opinion back. All he said was that she tagged him in his videos. There was no opinion back. An opinion back would be, to break it down, I don't feel that I have to stop talking about. To say it, but it's kind of rules for me, but not for thee. And he always talks about, I'm gonna bring this up, but he always talks about how like other reactors can dish it but can't take it. And I think that this is a case of that. But so many people were talking about her, and so many people were saying, I'm sorry to be bringing her up, but so many people were saying that she was anti-Semitic, and she had said some things to MCM and other situations about her. So I was like, let me check this woman out for myself. I gave my opinion that I thought that YOMAMA should stop talking about, because this wasn't the first time he brought her up, but I have also expressed to you need to stop talking about him. We actually had a conversation on her panel where I was just like, this is just a regular guy, and she praises him and whatnot. And I'm just like, this is a regular guy from LA. Like, there's nothing special about him. You shouldn't be upset that you got blocked. And these are words that I expressed to her publicly. I don't think that he understands what an opinion is. Did I tell you that? Did I tell you?
Yeah, you said YOMAMA.
Did I tag you? Did I personally tell you that?
We don't follow each other. We don't follow each other.
You were until just recently, because
I never stopped following you. Nope, I never stopped following you. So you knew I was going to see that. So you didn't think I was going to see that.
So I didn't actually hear him in this point. I didn't hear him because he said that we follow each other. I don't follow YOMAMA. I don't follow YOMAMA. She started it. What?
No, hang on a minute.
In my opinion,
okay, Can we stop there so that we can just answer one thing at a time? Okay. So you're saying, okay, I'm answering you. You're saying that I told you to DM Bridget. I don't think I ever said that.
You did say that. You said it on my stream. You said if you got a conflict with Bridget and you started a conflict with Bridget, why didn't you hit up Bridget in the DMs, let her know what the issue was so she can respond to you?
Because at this point, right now, me saying that I think that he should stop talking about Bally, in my mind, there is no conflict.
Okay, if I did say that, then I'll be very surprised, because in order to DM somebody, they have to be following you.
We are following each other.
Okay.
I'm not following you. I stopped following you months ago.
Okay.
Right. So she wouldn't have been able to DM you.
Oh, okay. And why
so you're saying, why did I not say that to Bridget?
Yeah.
So I have said that. I've said it openly. I've said it to anybody.
Yeah, she had a problem. She could have hit me
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem.
I would have a problem with you.
What you're failing to I think that he really thinks that I was really upset with him for blocking Bally. That is my opinion.
Okay.
You have the problem. I do not.
That I need to stop talking about
that. Is my opinion.
He
doesn't understand that. I wasn't talking to him. He doesn't understand that. He saw the tweet. So I guess he thinks that I was talking directly to him, but my tweet was a general tweet. It did not tag him. It said his name. At the end of the day, I think this is all just a game of semantics and YOMAMA's perception of what I had to say. In this video that is being played right now, what I actually said was, you said that basically I didn't know what racism was. We're talking about No Madness Life. I didn't know what racism was. You played her words and stuff like that, and you were telling me that's racist. In my video, what I said, I played a clip of the video that you're referencing, was that I do know what racism is. The first part of my video, what I basically was saying, I'm bringing up all these examples. I'm bringing up my great-great-grandmother. I'm bringing up my grandfather. I'm bringing up my uncle and the things that they have gone through, the racism that has been directed towards them. So that was my example of, I do know what racism is. It's not out blacking somebody. I'm telling you that I know what racism is.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I said in my video.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said,
I've written some questions out. I mean,
he is being muffled.
And quite honestly, I was quite appalled by the way you spoke about another black person's history. I thought that was disgusting, YOMAMA. And please stop talking over us, because we have got things to say as well. Okay?
Now, it was a taxi. Got it.
Yeah, no, for God's sake, grow up, man.
To be honest, we have not. Me and Jan have not discussed anything that is going to be said today. She has a PowerPoint presentation. I didn't know about that. I don't know about her questions.
Yeah, I wrote things out because I had a feeling that you would just keep talking and talking. You don't get anywhere by just shouting over people. Okay, so, and I also wanted to remind.
But at the same time, I think that even though YOMAMA, I will say that he was talked over, and he did do some talking over as well. Even though he was talked over a lot and probably didn't get to express everything that he wanted to express, the thing about it is he has been on his live streams and has brought me and Jan up multiple times. And I think the mindset, I can only speak for myself. The mindset of myself is that you are misconstruing and writing your own narrative about what actually happened and what was actually said without giving the context of everything, and basically rewriting what was actually said.
I have to say that I was I was actually really quite upset by how you totally dismissed what Bridget was trying to say and looked at it in a completely different way. Now, we're all adults. We all have different, trains of thought. I can appreciate that. But what I can't appreciate is a black man completely trying to dismiss and demean another person's history of racism. We've all gone through it. They've all gone through it. So what gives you the right? What gives you the right to try and diminish somebody else's history? Because we've all been through it. All our ancestors have been through it. So why would you, in my opinion, what you actually did was try and pit your story of ancestral racism against Bridget's. Why would you do that?
Now can I talk now?
Yeah, you can talk. I hope you listen.
First of all, you obviously watched the video with tunnel vision, because if you go back and watch the video that she made with that whole ancestry thing,
I think it's really funny that he brings up tunnel vision, and he's going to go on talking about the ancestral thing, and he's saying that I brought up his grandfather. I didn't tell any stories about his grandfather or anything like that. Basically, it was what all I said was, and maybe I'll put the clip in here, but basically what I said, or I'm not going to look for it because whatever. What I said was that he got stories about his grandfather or something like he got stories from his grandfather or heard stories about his grandfather. But I said, this is stories that I got from my father. His perception of what I said was that I guess he didn't know. And that's how I was trying to out-black him. But it was not my intention to be like, I'm out-blacking you because I got these stories from my father.
she was being all like condescending and
condescending. Okay.
Well, my grand.
And I don't think that your mama understands what perception is. That was his perception of what I said. And when I'm basically telling him that was not my intent was, and what I said in my video was, I know what racism is, so don't school me on racism. I'm a parent. I'm repeating everything that I've already said.
Parents did this, and your mama didn't even have second. He had
I
second.
did not.
Wait, why are you interrupting me?
Not.
Yeah, okay, I can't talk. Here we go. She asked, okay. Can I talk? Can I talk? Are you gonna sit there now? Okay, cool.
If you're telling a lie, telling a lie, I will interrupt. I'm sorry, I will.
You was all like, your mama got secondhand. No, okay, so what did you say about my grandfather then? What'd you say?
I said that you told stories about your grandfather, and then I brought my father and my grandfather into it. I'm not trying to play the oppression Olympics with you.
That's what you were trying to do. Why would you bring my grandfather?
No, I was not.
But why would you bring my grandfather up then?
Because you brought your grandfather up. You've brought your grandfather up in your streams. A few of them. You did that. That's why I brought him up. You talked about it. All I said was that you brought up your grandfather and basically what he had gone through. And again, bringing it back to my original point of where you said that basically what you said, not quoting, that I didn't know what racism was when your No Madness Life was saying something. And my point again was that I do know what racism is. And that was my point in bringing up these other stories that happened within my family, that I do know what racism is. And I said it in the video, that I do know what racism is. That was my point.
Okay. You know what racism, I know what racism is, man. Your mama's grandfather, which...
Oh my God. He just, I felt like I was talking to a child, quite honestly. Like, he has one point that he wants to get across, and I'm telling you, your perception was not my intention, but still he's going back to to what his perception was. And I'm telling you, that was not my intention.
Which passed away. Yeah, that's where he got.
What does anything have to do with your grandfather passing away? My grandfather passed away too. So what? So what?
But I got firsthand knowledge because my dad, who I talked to on the phone, that's what you were saying. Why even bring up my grandfather if it was all about your whole little history thing? Because you were trying to make it like your dad.
No, that is your perception.
No, that's not my
perception. Yes, it is your perception. Because I'm telling you what I said.
I didn't care about what your dad did. I didn't bring up nothing that came in your family. You brought up my.
But you did after I did my video about my dad, didn't you? You played that little clip that I played in my video and painted a whole other narrative and played the Oppression Olympics about, oh, he just wanted a radio job. That's all you talking about, a radio job, and went on into what your grandfather went through. So you did bring him up.
Grandfather. Why would you bring up my grandfather?
I didn't tell any stories. I said what I said was you told the stories of your grandfather and racism.
But I had secondhand knowledge. You had firsthand knowledge. That was a lie.
Again, that is not firsthand knowledge, yo mama. I'm being
firsthand
told
knowledge
stories
is my grandpa being alive when I'm alive, and I talked to my grandfather. That's firsthand knowledge.
Stop yelling. First of all, that is secondhand knowledge because you're getting it.
When my grandfather's alive, that doesn't make no sense.
Again, I'm going to go over it, but he doesn't understand what secondhand knowledge means. That secondhand knowledge is you're getting the story from another person. He doesn't understand words. Because you're getting the information from another person.
I got it from my grandfather. You're not hearing yourself.
He's yelling. I said, you're getting your information from another person, and he's yelling, I'm getting it from my grandfather, which is another person. The other person is your grandfather. You did not again, this is comprehension. You did not experience what your grandfather went through firsthand. Just like I'm getting secondhand knowledge from my father and my grandfather. That is secondhand knowledge. Both of us are getting secondhand knowledge. And again, to my point, you were basically saying that I did not know what racism is, and I'm giving my secondhand account of what I've known and what I've heard from my family. We're both getting secondhand knowledge. That is what secondhand knowledge is. You do not experience it yourself. You're getting it from another person. That is secondhand knowledge.
Okay. So why did you say you had firsthand?
I did.
She didn't. She wouldn't have said that because she was talking about what her father was recalling. So she wouldn't have said she's got firsthand knowledge.
Father, though. Why bring up my grandfather at all? Why bring up what my grandfather
or
my grandfather taught in schools? Why bring that even up? Why we even bring that up?
All I said was you got stories. How would I know about his grandfather if he didn't bring it up on his channel? Are we not commentary channels here? You brought it up. I didn't say anything when you brought up the clip where I said something about my father and you played that clip. I was just like, ugh, he's twisting the fucking story. So, I mean, are we not guilty of the same thing? I brought up your grandfather, but then you took it one step further and you played the clip of my dad and my conversation with him. Just a clip. Okay. your grandfather. Now, here are the stories that I get from my father and my grandfather and whatever I found on Ancestry. So again, to the point, you were saying that I didn't know what racism is, and I was just like, this is what I know, and this is what I know that my ancestors have experienced. You implied it. You implied it by basically bringing up the